Hey everyone, thanks for joining us for today's webinar, How to Beat the Dog Days of Summer Sales by Driving More Website Traffic. I'm Jessica Lunk, I am the Digital Marketing Manager here at Hatchbuck.
And I'm Allie Wolf, and I'm the Social Media and Content Manager. We're super excited to talk about this topic, not only because we love dogs, but also because we've used many of these very same strategies to keep Hatchbuck sales humming all year long.
And if you guys have any questions during the webinar, feel free to use the chat box to drop us a question, and we'll get to as many as we can at the end.
So let's get started. Getting traffic to your website can seem like a daunting task, especially during a slow season like summer. But all you need is a strategic plan to drive more quality leads to your site. In this webinar, we'll cover both short and long-term strategies for getting more people to your website and turning those leads into new customers.
If it feels like there's nothing but crickets chirping on your website, there are actually a few things you can do right now to start drumming up more traffic and more conversations. If you're looking for an instant sale, you can invest in PPC, also known as pay-per-click advertising, to bring hot bottom-of-the-funnel prospects to your website. So with pay-per-click, you bid on keywords or use data-driven targeting through search engines like Google AdWords and Bing Ads to get in front of potential customers who are on those search engines searching for your solution category. And Google actually reports that businesses make an average of $2 in income for every dollar they spend in AdWords. So if your traffic is slow, it's probably worth a test to see if you can get similar results.
We're going to cover two types of PPC ads, the first being text search ads. Text-based ads are shown at the top and bottom of the search results based on the keywords that a user is searching for. The key to a strong search strategy is to identify which keywords will drive relevant traffic to your website. So when it comes to your keyword strategy, a tool like Google AdWords Keyword Planner can help you map out how much traffic and how much competition there is for every keyword you're researching. Let's look at a quick text ad example. Here, Freshchat has a keyword strategy around their competitor, Intercom. Notice how their ad copy includes the search term Intercom. It's extremely relevant to the user's search, and when you click through to their landing page, the same messaging is reflected there, making it a seamless experience for the user and helping them to maximize conversions. So to recap, a solid PPC search strategy includes a solid keyword strategy with ad copy and a landing page tailored to the keyword search term.
The next type of ad we're going to talk about is display retargeting. So retargeting ads are those image banners that show up across the web on sites that are part of the search engine's display network. So you may notice when you visit someone's site, all of a sudden their ads start following you around the web. This is a really powerful tool for building brand awareness and also converting people who've already been to your website, bringing them back to your site and starting that sales conversation with them. So through display retargeting, you can hyper-target people who have already been to specific pages on your website. So maybe you want to target people who have been to your pricing page or have been to a product page and start a conversation with them.
Next, we're going to talk about social media advertising. Many businesses have found success with advertising on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. With social media advertising, your business can show up right in the newsfeed of the platform you're advertising on. Social ads can be highly targeted based on an audience's interests, demographics, and activity. It's part of the reason there's been so much controversy around social platforms like Facebook lately, but also why social advertising is so powerful for businesses. So where should you test your social ad spend? In their latest poll on brand safety, Digiday found that Facebook was considered the least brand safe platform for advertisers. LinkedIn was at the other end of the spectrum, considered to be the most safe for digital advertisers, meaning you can spend your dollars knowing your ads won't show up in the wrong or inappropriate context. If you're getting into social advertising, LinkedIn might be a good place to test your spend.
On the other hand, if you want to take your social ads up a notch, consider investing in video ads. So from Instagram stories to video in the Twitter feed, video is proving to be a pretty engaging and lucrative ad form for brands who are advertising on social media. And actually nearly 79% of marketers think that YouTube is the most effective platform for video marketing. Just over half of US marketers in an eMarketer survey devote part of their budget to video ads on YouTube. So that's a pretty powerful stat. There's another survey out there by Ipsos Reid that tracked eye movement and saw that mobile YouTube ads keep viewers' attention much better than television. Only 45% of TV ads receive attention, while paid YouTube mobile advertising receives 83% of viewers' attention. TV viewers are also likely to be multitasking while watching TV ads run versus watching a YouTube ad. So if you have a video ad on YouTube, you can be pretty confident that people are zeroed in on your brand. Right now, video accounts for more than half of Twitter's ad revenue and was the fastest growing ad format in the first quarter of 2018. And also 70% of ads in front of Facebook videos are watched through the end. So again, whether you're advertising on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, testing out some video ads is a great way to get your brand in front of new people, get your brand in front of people who've already been to your site, and drive that traffic back to your website.
So short-tail strategies are perfect when you need to turn on the faucet for more leads right now, but the short-term strategies aren't the best for sustainable growth. You don't want to dump buckets of money in the same channels every month only to receive the same amount of traffic and leads. So focusing on long-term strategies like blogging and SEO help build brand awareness and generate quote-unquote free traffic for your site long after your paid ads are turned off. So one of my personal favorite long-term strategies is content. As the content manager, I'm responsible for all of Hatchbuck's content marketing efforts, and that means blogging once a day and putting out resources and having things like webinars. Great content includes everything from blogs and articles to images and video. So traditionally you would think of content as the written word, but it's now expanded to encompass all types of content that are on the web nowadays. Creating original and relevant content to share dovetails nicely with your sales and marketing strategy. With solid content, you have fuel to stoke the fire on social media. So a lot of what we share on social is our own content from our blog alongside other content that we find on the web. Content also drives inbound links to your site when brands related to your audience pick up and share your articles. So that's been a great SEO strategy for us. Sharing links and also our blog posts being linked by other brands. Search engines like Google and Bing love strong and useful content, so the more quality content you produce, the more likely it is that your company will be found in organic search. B2B marketers who blog generate 67 more leads than those who don't. So that's a pretty huge number, and basically means that if you're not doing content, you're missing out on a lot of traffic.
So when we're talking about content, it's actually one huge part of your SEO strategy. And if you don't know, SEO is just search engine optimization. So it's your strategy for getting found organically in the search results. Fresh quality content is essential. It helps you tell search engines basically what your company's all about, what topics are relevant to your business, and what searches you should show up in. So if you're already working on generating quality content, you definitely have a leg up on SEO. But it's really just one part of the strategy. If you're just creating content willy-nilly with no purpose or goal, you're probably losing out on some great traffic out there. So one of your SEO strategies is keyword research. You really need to work to identify keywords that your audience is searching on to find you. These can be both top of funnel keywords, so people who just have a general problem they're trying to solve. They may not know about your business. They may not know about your particular solution category yet, but based on their problem, you know they could be a great customer for you. And then it also includes those bottom of the funnel keywords, or those people who are looking to buy now. They're either searching for your business in particular or searching for the exact product or solution that you offer that you can help them with. So when you're working on your content development, you should be focusing on those keyword topics and then developing content around those. Another part of SEO is site optimization. So you need to have an organized site structure that makes it simple for search bots to crawl. And there's a lot of great resources out there on how to do that, and we can include some of those in the links in this webinar. You also want to add relevant keywords to your site pages, meta tags, and URLs. So on your home page and your product pages, you want to make sure you're including some of those relevant keywords that you're targeting. Mobile optimization is also key to being recognized by Google and Bing. So if your site is not mobile friendly, you're not as likely to get picked up in the search results because there's so much mobile traffic now. It's kind of a base requirement. Finally, if you're already creating content, you can give it a refresh by adding new relevant tips or statistics every few months to keep your content fresh, get your site crawled again and again, and help bolster your search rankings. If you want to dig deeper into SEO, we have a free DIY guide to SEO in our resource center, which is hatchbook.com/resources. It goes a lot deeper into this topic, which we could have a whole nother webinar on, but those are just some of the bullet points.
So the final long-term strategy we're going to cover is social media. We probably don't have to tell you about the value of social media, as most every brand is on it. It's a great way to not only capture followers, but to tell people about your business, get in front of prospects, and to build brand advocacy. It's a terrific way to build a following, foster a two-way conversation with prospects and customers, and to build trust with your audience. Before using a business, 90% of consumers research it online, and 88% find online reviews just as trustworthy as personal recommendations. Your social media profiles often show up in the top search results for your brand, so what your customers say has major influence on prospects, and if you're not on social media, you're missing out on those top spots. Creating a social presence and building your following can take time, so focus on dominating one or two of the most suitable channels for your business. At Hatchbook, we mainly focus on Twitter, and we also have Facebook and LinkedIn profiles that are popular, but Twitter is the place we've seen where we can connect with customers and prospects most successfully. We have a lot of social resources on the website at the link that Jess earlier mentioned, including a webinar on Facebook video marketing and another one on getting more organic reach in Facebook's pay-to-play climate, so you definitely want to check those out.
All right, so we covered both some short-term strategies, some pay-to-play strategies that can generate traffic for you right now, and also some of those long-term strategies that will help you generate traffic over time and are really important for sustainable growth for your business. But driving traffic is really only half of the story. Once you drive people to your website, it's really important you have a solid strategy for capturing them and turning them into customers for your business.
So the first step in capturing that website traffic that Jess just talked about is a dynamite call to action, or a CTA as we like to call it in Hatchbook land. In your business, the sales cycle takes some sort of shape. In ours, it's a funnel, where the top is those prospects who are just sort of sniffing around, as we like to call it in dog terms. Here you would offer a valuable resource in exchange for their contact information. This gives them tools they can use to be successful, and it also grows your lead pipeline at the same time. So you want to make sure that CTA isn't threatening. It's more like sign up for an email list or download a resource or watch a webinar. At the bottom of the funnel, those prospects are pretty much ready to buy, and so they're begging for your main offer. CTAs at this stage of the funnel would be more like take a demo, speak with a consultant, free trial, or sign up to make sure that you really capture them as soon as they're ready to buy.
So once you get a good handle on your CTAs or call to actions, really you need to start thinking in terms of landing pages. When you go back and think about the traffic you're driving to your website from channels like your pay-per-click ads, social media ads, and others, you can start thinking about creating unique landing pages for each of these individual ads or campaigns. Then on each of these unique landing pages, you can have an extremely relevant message and call to action that directs the visitor to the next step you want them to take in their journey. Now, if you're wondering how you can create landing pages for your pay-per-click ads and social media campaigns on the fly, we found that Unbounce is a really awesome tool. With Unbounce, we can quickly create landing pages without coding anything and just pop our Hatchbook form on them, and we're ready to start capturing leads. You can also think about other parts of your website, like your blog posts or maybe your resource downloads as landing pages themselves. You know that most of the traffic coming to these pages are going to be from organic search or maybe from a post on social media. So you can add a friendly call to action here, like download a resource to start a conversation with top of funnel leads. As I mentioned earlier, we pop a Hatchbuck form on each of our landing pages. So not only do our Hatchbuck forms help us capture lead information directly into our database, but we can also trigger other important actions to happen through Hatchbuck form automations. So for instance, if we're setting up a search campaign for AdWords, we'll set up a specific landing page with a unique form. On that Hatchbuck form, we'll change the contact's lead source to AdWords and we'll create a deal. And if you haven't checked out Hatchbuck Deals yet, I highly recommend it. It's a great way to help streamline your whole sales pipeline. So with our form automations, we'll also stop any prospecting campaigns that we may have running for the contact and start them on a super sales specific campaign. So not only are we using forms to capture info, but we're also using them as a signal that, hey, the marketing journey has stopped and now the sales journey begins for this contact.
So filling out a form isn't the only way to capture those leads from your website traffic. We at Hatchbuck are huge fans of chatbots. We have one on our website in case you've missed it, and it's been a great tool for us to capture that traffic that comes in after hours or people who aren't quite ready to talk to a sales rep and just have questions. So we are big proponents of the chatbots. They can facilitate conversations on your website so that you never miss any opportunities to convert. Studies have shown that 50% of customers expect businesses to be open 24/7. That's pretty difficult for a regular business because people have to sleep. With a chatbot, you can have interactive help on your website all day, every day. They can also deliver a better ROI for sales and marketing resources you already have in place. So by using a chatbot to ask sales questions to your visitors, like company size, buying time frame, and specific challenges, your sales team will get warmed up conversions from your bot that otherwise would have probably not engaged. At Hatchbuck, we use Zapier to push the information on contacts who chat with our bot into Hatchbuck, and we then are able to give those leads to our sales team members to follow up with. And as your online conversations scale, you don't have to worry about adding extra manpower to qualify your leads. Your chatbot has it covered. You know if they're qualified, if they're not qualified, if they're just kind of messing with your chatbot. We run into a lot of people just wanting to mess with the chatbot and see what happens. So we know that those are not going to be qualified leads for us. With a chatbot, people aren't forced to speak with someone unless they absolutely need to, and you have energy left over to deal with the more complex customer problems while your chatbot handles the quick and common inquiries. So most often we run into questions about pricing or integrations and things like that our sales team members don't necessarily need to be present to answer because those people are more top of funnel than the bottom of funnel prospects who are ready to buy.
All right, so you're driving traffic to your website, you're using landing pages plus Hatchbuck forms to capture people's information, or you're using a tool like Zapier to pull in new contacts from your chatbot, or maybe some pop-ups or other tools you have running on your website. The last step is to make sure you don't let any of these quality leads slip through the cracks and make sure you're following up with them on a consistent basis. Using email nurturing is an awesome way to create loyal customers from the people who are visiting your site. So with email nurturing, you can educate warm prospects into customers and also follow up with hot opportunities. We do this a lot through our email campaigns in Hatchbuck. If you're looking at people who are just kind of browsing, just sniffing around your website or just kicking the tires, they may not be ready for a hardcore sales campaign yet, but you can stay in touch with them over time and send them helpful resources, kind of like we talked about earlier. And you can definitely trigger this through the form they fill out on your site or with the tag rule through Zapier. Another way you can nurture is using follow-up emails and tasks for your hot opportunities. So once they fill out one of those bottom of funnel, ready for a chat with a sales rep form, you can be triggering an autoresponder right away to let them know you'll be getting in touch. You can assign a task to your sales rep to call them, and then you can continue the campaign with follow-up emails just to make sure that you don't lose your sticky note and forget to call someone or forget to email someone and you lose that opportunity. So hopefully you guys have taken away a few new ideas for getting more traffic to your website and turning it into sales for your business. We really don't want those dog days of summer sales to stick around for too long. Looks like we have some questions, so we'll go ahead and answer as many as we can before our time's out.